Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, I'm Risma Mahmudah. I would like to present my presentation about the difference between Australian and Indonesian cultures. In every country, certainly has cultural difference. It may be a little or a lot. Cultural difference can be identified in cultural values, social behavior, attitudes, perception needs, expectations, experience, beliefs, norms, motivations, verbal and nonverbal behavior. Although the geographic location of Indonesia and Australia can be said to be quite close, there are many differences between these two countries. Basic differences such as time. Indonesian society is accustomed to time flexibility. Activity schedule for 9 o'clock usually start at 10 o'clock, sometimes later than that. In this way, the expiration time is usually delayed from the predetermined time. This timing of flexibility will be hard to find in Australia. Australian society views time to be used very efficiently. The starting and ending hours of an activity must be scheduled. This shows how the Australian community values time and respects the commitments that have been made. Basic differences such as time. Indonesian society is accustomed to time flexibility. Activity schedule for 9 o'clock usually start at 10 o'clock, sometimes later than that. In this way, the expiration time is usually delayed from the predetermined time. This timing of flexibility will be hard to find in Australia. Australian society views time to be used very efficiently. The starting and ending hours of an activity must be scheduled. This shows how the Australian community values time and respects the commitments that have been made. In some work contexts in Australia, an employee is not required to call his superior as Mr. or Miss. Employees only need to call their superior by their first name only. This is different in Indonesia, because indeed Indonesians perceive that politeness in language is very necessary, not only in the context of work, but in every context. Indonesian society is taught to call older people as Mr. or Miss or Mas, Mbak, right? Meanwhile, in Australia, it's very common for a teenager to call his elder neighbor by his first name. And then the difference in education system between Indonesia and Australia is also a matter of concern. Semester exams, school exams to national exams in Indonesia determine whether a student is graded or passed or not. This is different from in Australia, where the semester exam that students take don't determine graduation. They will still go up or pass regardless of the scores they get on the exam. Another striking difference is the lack of homework in Australia. The teachers try to get all school assignments or work done at school without having to take them home. Thus, children and adults have more time to rest or play. Nonetheless, Indonesia is predominantly a Muslim country, which can cause some friction when Indonesian accounts liberal from Australia. As a Muslim country, Indonesia frowns upon the consumption of alcohol, homosexuality, and the display of flesh by women. In contrast, Australia drinks a lot of alcohol, have gay politicians, have a homosexual street party that receives government and media support, and Australian women are accustomed to wearing very little clothing. This is the explanation of some of the cultural difference between Australia and Indonesia. I apologize if there are wrong words. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi